Good afternoon. Welcome to the International English Language Testing System. This is the mock spelling test conducted by Bonnet English Academy. Today I am an examiner and the examiner code is 4578. Before today's exam is divided in three parts, and before that I'll ask you some personal questions. I hope you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
So can you tell me your name?
My full name is Shabisam Shapno, but you can call me as Shapno.
Okay, so where are you from, Shopno?
Well, actually, I was born on Ratur, but I live in Dhaka now due to my father's job and my education.
Okay, so how old are you?
Well, actually, I'm 40 years old. I was born on, 2010.
Okay, so can you tell me which class do you read in?
Well, actually, I did in grade 7 of Manipur High School and College.
Okay, so can you tell me about your school?
Well, our school is very big. We have, about 30,000 students in our school. And also, we also have, what can I say?
They have large
Yeah,
playground.
yeah. We have a large playground, and we also have a lot of teachers. They are very good teachers, and their teaching skills are also very good. And we also the students of our school is also good at co-curricular activities.
So, what's your favorite color?
My favorite color is blue, but I also like other colors like yellow, red, green, etc.
Okay, so what do you do in your free time?
Well, actually, in my free time, I usually play video games. But sometimes, I walk in the street, and I also, ride my bicycle, and I also draw pictures.
Well, let's move to the
Yeah,
presentation. The first part is about your country. I hope you know
yeah,
much about your country.
yeah.
So, which part of your country do most people live in?
Most of the people in my country usually, live in the industrious areas like Chittagong, Dhaka, etc. But if I want to tell specifically, most of the people in my country usually live in the what can I say capital city of a country named Dhaka.
Okay, so tell me about the main industries there.
We have a lot of industries there, like engineering industries or the garments, etc. And we also have other heavy industries, located in Chattogram, like what can I say, iron industries, etc. And we also have cottage and small industries in the areas of our village.
Okay, how easy is it to travel around your country?
Well, it is very easy to travel around my country. For example, now we have a lot of new transportation systems like Uber, car, motorcycle, and also other transportation systems like launch, ship, airplane. But sometimes it can get very hard if there's a heavy traffic jam on the road. So, despite the traffic jams, it is very easy to travel around my country.
Oh, has your country changed much since you were a child?
Yeah, my country has changed a lot since I was a child. Because when I was a child, there weren't much of transportation systems, but now we have a lot of new transportation systems I mentioned earlier, like Uber, car, airplane, etc. And also, now we have we have a lot of new industries like iron industries, cement industries, or also sugar industries, garments, etc. But when I was a child, there wasn't much of them.
The education also.
Yeah.
So let's move to part two. In this part, you will have to talk about the topic for 1 or 2 minutes. I'll give you a blue card and a pen if
Yeah.
you wanna make some notes. And you have 1 minute in your hand, so you can start writing now. Well, your time is up. Now you have to talk about the topic for one.
Okay, so the person I want to talk about is Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Well, he's a very great person. He's the best human and prophet according to our religion. Well, he has done a lot of good things for our people. For example, when he was born, The people the people of Arab country was very bad. They usually gambled a lot. They also murdered and what can I say, robbed people for nothing. They also buried their daughters alive. But when he came, he purified most of the people. But you know, but still some of them didn't become purified. So that is why they had a great problem in their afterlife. And also now he helped a lot of people by helping in their works. For example, when he was walking, he saw an old gardener watering his plants. So he went there and helped the gardener to water the plants. And also one night he had a little food in his house. But next to his house there's a marriage ceremony, and in the marriage ceremony they didn't have any foods to feed the guests. So he gave all of his foods to the
To
so
the
they
guests.
yes to the guests so they can eat. And the Prophet Muhammad SAW remained uneaten that day.
Yes, that's the end of part two.
Yeah.
Let's go to the part three. In this part, it's about famous people in your country. So, what kind of people became famous people these days?
Well, it is very unpredictable to say which kinds of people will become famous these days. For example, social media users are becoming famous these days, like the singers or gamers and even YouTubers are becoming famous by their contents. And also, you can see that Watermelon Seller is also becoming famous because of his dialogue or their speech. The people of our new generation usually likes to watch gaming videos or sing song videos. So that is why singers and gamers and YouTubers are usually becoming famous these days.
Is this different from the kind of achievement that made people famous in the past? In what way?
Well, I agree with the statement because in the past people used to become famous by their what can I say, by their job, or by their if they had a lot of
Achievements.
yeah, if they had a lot of money they could become famous. And also if they invented something great and new they also became famous. But now, as I mentioned earlier, social media users are becoming famous. So I think that by using social media people are becoming famous nowadays.
Okay, so, how do you think people will become famous in the future?
Well, I think that people will become famous in the future in the same way as now, unless a scientist invents a new technology or a new machine that if he invents it, then he can become famous in the future. Otherwise, it will be the same as I think.
So, what are the good things about being famous? Are there any
Well,
disadvantages?
there are a lot of good things about being famous. For example, if you are famous, you can have a lot of fans who will admire you and like you. And also, if you are famous, you can get a lot of money and you can be rich. But sometimes there are the little disadvantage because if you are too much famous, then if you go outside, then you can see that most of the people will or what can I say will want to get your autograph, which can be a great problem. So despite this problem, being famous is very good.
Okay, so how does media in your country treat famous people?
Well, the media of our country usually treats famous people by commenting about their lifestyles or their personal status or their social life. As it is very good, but sometimes it can affect the personalities of the people. And if their personality life is revealed, then if they go outside, then they can be criticized by people, which can harm them mentally. So I think that it is very bad for them.
Why do you think ordinary people are interested in the lives of famous people?
Well, I think that ordinary people are interested in the lives of famous people because every people has an idol and they usually follow their idol. By following their idol, they can be as they. For example, we can see that Mbappe is a fan of Ronaldo, and by following Ronaldo, his idol, Mbappe is also a great football player and he also won a World Cup. So I think that by following their lifestyles, by following their famous people lifestyles, a person can be rich and famous. So that is why ordinary people are interested in the lives of famous people.
Okay, so that was the end of our part three and also the end of our presentation. So I hope you enjoy your time with me. And if you like the video, please